Imagine you're a kid on a new team. You've worked hard, leveled up your skills, and then are immediately discouraged when you hear this and have no clue what just happened. In today's practice, we will go into a 4-2-3-1 with 2 sixes. In the second half, we will work on how the 10 moves when playing out of the back and where we will focus the movement of our 9 to be a great option to break lines. If this has you lost, imagine what it sounds like to a kid who hasn't learned it. Stay put as we learn how to communicate this to a younger player, including a tip on how to get the numbers right. Let's go. As part of the foundation, we start with the zones or thirds. This is the easiest to understand as it applies to so many other sports. Defensive, middle, and offensive, or often known as final third. Clear, but how a certain player acts in each can vary. Space, pressure, and support add another layer that lets us know if they are in the right place and why. This looks different in different thirds and also in different formations. This concept is also taught as pressure, cover, and balance. Here, the first defender pressures to slow down and control or dictate the direction of play. For example, pushing somebody wide. The second defender covers in alignment with the first defender. Our cover will implement the move and complement the tactic of the player pressing. The third defender then balances by reading the pockets of space that might expose the first and second defenders. This helps balance the press. At the beginning of the video, I mentioned a 6, a 10, and a 9. What does that mean? In looking at the numbers, here is a quick breakdown. 1, goalkeeper. 2 to 5, generally your defenders. The 4 to 5 being the center backs. The 2 and the 3 staying wide. 2 on the right, 3 on the left. 6 is your defensive mid, also known as a holding mid. 7, right attacking midfielder or winger. 8 is another center mid, a box-to-box midfielder. 9 is a striker or center forward. 10, attacking midfielder, playmaker. And 11, the left attacking midfielder or winger. There's a quick way to remember it. 2 to 5 are defenders with the 4 to 5s in the middle. The even numbers are in the middle, 6, 8, and 10. Those are your midfielders. 7, 11, like the convenience stores in the US, are wide wingers, and the 9 is your center forward. When these numbers are in different zones, all of these positions can and should act differently. When in the middle third, a 9, or that center forward, will look to combine with the 7, 11, and 10 to shift around the defensive line, creating passing lanes and ultimately getting behind the opponent for a run to the goal. That same 9 might act differently in the final third, challenging the defense with quick footwork or explosive acceleration in hopes of firing off a banger. You see, foot skills, cones, and so on only take you so far if you simply do not see the game in its beautiful complexities. Ultimately, the learning of a player is paramount and might even be more impressive than their talent. Take Pep Guardiola. As a player, he was not the biggest, fastest, or most talented, although he was skilled, but his vision of the game elevated him to success, which ultimately helped him become one of the greatest football managers to ever cross the game. Ever. Matched with talent, knowledge of the game changes everything. I came across an interview with former German professional and current Liverpool manager Jürgen Klopp, which I'll add to the show notes, where he said this: "What you see as well very often with young players is that nobody taught them the game. So what are you doing when you don't have the ball?" He goes on to talk about how talent is far more present now, but that not everyone is taught about game tactics themselves. Knowing the game will not only keep you in it, but more successful. Thank you for staying tuned today. I know it's a lot, especially to explain this to a young player, But I hope this video helps, and if it does, please consider giving it a thumbs up, sharing, or even subscribing. As always, I love you all, but some of you I extra love. Stay amazing.